I have another root ball here that we dug up. Comes from a laurel plant. It's extremely hard wood. And it's got all kinds of branches on it. I want to trim it up, get a big enough piece to maybe turn something. But I don't want to do this on the bandsaw. There's no way to support it. And this is why. It's like an octopus. So I'm going to set this up and just cut these off out here. So I have these tool that's called I think it's called an alligator. I wonder why. These work quite good. Okay. I can manage to trim this now on the bandsaw from here on out. So it's been 4 months since I trimmed this up. I think it's time I made something out of it. It's really kind of a conglomeration of shapes in here. I don't know if I've chose the right one or not. Well, I can see now I will not be able to use any of this, at least with what I have in mind. So I'm going to take this over and bandsaw that away, and it'll make turning much easier. Well, that helped get it in balance a little better. 622 RPM. I cut a couple inches off the bottom because it was not going to work up here. I centered it down there, but the inside was going to almost cut through if I kept on going. That was a bad choice there, and I hope this is a better choice. I'm going to start cleaning this up, come up this branch and see how that looks and see what happens over here in the process. Use a freshly sharpened 5/8 bowl gouge. I really like how this twists around here. Natural wood that's left on here is very cool. You can see the aging from it sitting around. It's really smooth. It feels pretty cool. There's a piece of the bark left there. I don't know if that'll fall off or not. I'm going to leave it on, and if it wants to fall off, then it will. Alright. So I cut about 1 inch off. I'm going to use my heavy duty jaws that have an internal dovetail. So I will go ahead and cut a tenon on this. Alright, let's get this out and get the other chuck in there and mount it up. Well, it's flipped around, runs pretty true. The outside is extremely hard wood. This might be the most difficult piece of wood I have worked with. But right now I'm just going to take my hollowing tool and I just want to cut a little bit here. I'm pretty sure I'll be getting out the drill bits and cutting that away, but I want to turn that branch off. So I'll cut right about here and see how it cuts. And we'll go from there. So that running good at almost 1500 RPMs. Alright, I feel good about this. That's cutting quite well. That little carbide hollowing tool has been saving my day on some of this stuff. I think I'll go ahead and drill this out. I know it's hardwood and this will help. We'll go to a bigger bit now. Just turn some of this away now. Okay, I drilled down about another inch. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out, but I'm going to take a little bit more off of here, 1/4 inch more off. Get it up to about 1300. Yowza. That is hard. Whew. But I like it. Alright, I went ahead and drilled it. It's a 2-inch hole. Just about where I want the bottom to be. And now I'm going to blend this back up here. Might have just put a window in there. Nope. I think about this for a little while and I'll get back on it. Well, I said I was going to think about this for a while, and it's been maybe 4 days, and I did some other turnings so I could think on this. First of all, I had to think whether I even wanted to finish it. It is really a bear. So there's nothing left to do except see what we can do. I think you can get a good look at that there. I've got this set up to go about 1100 RPMs, almost 1200. Now we just slowly cut this away. So this was a Buck Brothers small framing chisel, and this side's a cast steel and this side's laminated extremely hard steel, and that has a great cutting edge. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do in here. Well, we're there. I really can't scrape any more up here because that is just thin and it vibrates. And I've got a little bit of sanding to get rid of what I have left. I sanded what I could over here with the lathe turning, and can't really do it here because there's a lot of air. Same thing on the inside. I could reach in and get the bottom a little bit. I could start up here, but pretty soon it's on a pretty steep angle, and it'll dig little ditches in there, and I don't want to do that. So I pretty much sanded everything I can with power. Now it's back to the basics. Sheet of sandpaper, we'll sand the inside, get the outside sanded, knock some of these sharp edges off. I'll work my way up through the grits to probably 400. I'm really liking the inside. So I'll get that all sanded up, and we'll come back and get some sanding sealer on it. It'll change the look tremendously. Well, I sanded it to 400 the best I could, but this thing has been stubborn from the time I started it. It's pretty smooth alright, but there's a lot of cracks in it. I'm going to just put sanding sealer on it now and have a look at it. Possibly I might sand that first coat off. A lot of times that helps you sand. But I just looking forward to seeing what this looks like. And it is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything to it. It looks fine. I'll get some down underneath it there. Poke in here, and I'll be back when the finish is on it. And the finish is going to be shellac. All set to remove the tenon. I've got a block in my chuck. I don't have a lot of places to locate here, so I picked something to cover most of the material there, so I have good support. Okay, let's see how this turns. During the footage for removing this tenon, I was doing a lot of coughing and dealing with a runny nose, and I didn't want to put you through it, so I'm doing this without sound. The little support that I have in that block, I'm going to just take and saw that little bit off and sand it. Well, here's the finish turning from a root structure of a laurel plant, and I'm sure glad it's done. This was one dense rock hard piece of wood. Very difficult turning. It finished 6 inches tall. It's 6 inches across this way, and the base is 3 inches. I used 3 coats of sanding sealer and 3 coats of shellac. This piece of wood has some very interesting grain in it. It's all swirly. That's so pretty right there. And the inside, I think it's really nice. This little bark that was looking like it was going to fall off was on there a lot better than I thought, because it stayed. And this little branch, that stayed. And then there's a little mystery hole right here. It looks perfectly round. Here's something interesting. What do you see here? Looks like a bird. Maybe we should name this the bird ball. I think this is my favorite area here, with all these colors coming up, and they just kind of start wrapping up that way. It looks like something out in the desert with the wind blowing hard on it. I'm really happy with everything on here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And a special thanks to all my subscribers. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel and you feel so inclined, please consider subscribing. Thanks again, and until the next time, I'll see you later.